Let's remove the white background from this painting so I can use it on different background colors. I'm opening the scanned watercolor painting in Photoshop CC 2025. I like to add a contrasting background color underneath, so I'm right-clicking on the layer and choosing New Layer. I'm gonna use black as the background color and I already have it chosen, but you can click on the color block on the left and pick a color. Then go to Edit, Fill, Foreground Color to fill the layer with the solid color. And duplicate the image layer with a right click on the layer and choose Duplicate Layer. Move one of them on top of the solid color layer, that's the one we're working on. And the contrasting background color layer is so you can easily see any rogue pixels against it when you zoom in. Now let's try the magic eraser from the left toolbar. Right-click on the eraser tool to open it from the menu and choose Magic Eraser tool. You can use it to select an area and remove it with one click. It erased a little too much, as you can see from some of the flowers, so I'll undo it with Ctrl-Z and set the tolerance a little lower from the top toolbar. Now it removes less, but the edges are pretty jagged. I'm clicking on the few white background areas left that weren't connected to the first area to remove those too. You can zoom in with the magnify glass tool to see better. The white end of the eraser has to touch the area you want to delete. I'll show you a few ways to smooth out and fix up the edges if you end up with jagged edges like this. But if you don't have Photoshop, you can start a free 7-day trial from the link. And before we go into the fix-up, I'll show you some alternative ways to remove the background. I'm duplicating the bottom layer that still has all of the background left. Let's try the Magic Wand tool from the left sidebar. I click on the white background. I'll try setting the tolerance a little lower and then deleting the selected area with Ctrl-X. And I'll keep selecting the white areas that aren't connected to each other and deleting them. You can see this leaves jagged edges too. I'll just rename the layers so we'll remember which one is which. Another one you can try is the background eraser tool from the eraser tool menu. You can use it to paint over the edges and it will only delete the part that it detects as the background. This one leaves fuzzy edges. Let's try the Object Selection tool from the left sidebar. Right-click on the Magic Wand tool and choose Object Selection tool from the menu that opens. It takes a little while for it to load. You can select the rectangle that the character is inside of, but this doesn't really seem to be able to detect the bird in full, and it may be because this is intended for finding people. My favorite one out of these was the Magic Eraser tool, so let's continue cleaning up the Magic Eraser layer. I'll first use the regular eraser tool and set the brush size a bit bigger and make sure it's a hard brush so it's not gonna leave any transparent residue. You can always undo with Ctrl-Z. Another tool to use for the fix-up is the Brush Selection tool from the left sidebar. You just paint the edges of the area you want to remove, holding down the left mouse button and join the ends, and it will select the area inside, and then you press Ctrl-X to delete. To choose the Lasso tool, right-click on the Brush Select tool to open the menu, and then hold down the left button of the mouse and draw the area you want to select, connect the line to the beginning and press Ctrl-X to delete. For some of the parts, the eraser tool might be easier. If I clean up the edges with the eraser tool, I can then delete the leftovers inside the edges with the Brush Select tool and delete them pretty easily. Now, if it's not a white background you're removing, you'll have to click the Magic Eraser or Magic Wand some more times to remove all the different elements of the background, so there might be some more clicking to do, but the idea is the same. When you're done, set the solid color background layer and possible other layers hidden by clicking the eye icon in front of the layer and then go to File, Quick Export as PNG to make sure the background stays transparent. If you export it as JPEG, you'll get a solid color background added to the image. It might also be a good idea to save the PSD Photoshop file if you'd like to use the layers later. But here's one more way to remove the background and tips on turning your art into stickers. See you there!